This is Calvin from Weaponworks. We're going to be doing a comparison test today, Gun-Kote versus Cerakote. We have 6 USGI steel mags. We're going to be beating them up in the desert and see who comes out on top. So we had marked each Cerakoted mag with a little engraving right here, just so we can make sure we can tell the difference between Gun-Kote and Cerakote. I'm going to go ahead and start by simply throwing these mags in the desert. Just see who gets a little more scratched up than the other. First one, Gun-Kote. Cerakote. Go take a look. Trees. Take a look.
Cerakote.
Ah, not fair. Alright.
Gun-Kote.
Pretty scratched up. Nothing too bad. Oh, not nearly as bad. My ultimate favorite knife from Joe at Fraternitas, and we just started scraping some Cerakote off of this this USGI steel mag. You can see it's marked right there. We'll start on this side. Not too bad. Now on to Gun-Kote. Yeah. Alright. Well, if that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what will. Cerakote one.
Harder.
Not too bad. Gun-Kote the other side.
Hold them both.
Now, what do you think?
Cerakote. Gun-Kote.
Some Cerakote burnt bronze and some Gun-Kote bright brass. Let's shoot them with some more 45 ACP with my beautiful paint job by Ben David. Ready? Take a look. A little peeling off on the entry, coming off on the exit. Not too bad. Good solid hit. Oh man, caught the end of some Gun-Kote. Pretty much about the same result, just different area. Let's go ahead and take another shot at him. Try and hit it dead center. Wow, look at that. That's pretty badass. Pretty good results. Really good results. Barely anything came off on entry. Almost nothing came off on exit. Good stuff. We went out in the desert. We durability tested the hell out of Cerakote and Gun-Kote. We have Cerakote on the left, we have Gun-Kote on the right. You can clearly see that that's marked Cerakote. We're going to do a mixture of things. We're actually going to try and do some polishing. We're going to try and remove it with acetone, non-acetone, lubricant, gun degreasers, buffing, scratching, and see what we can do to see who still holds up on the top. Okay, so we're moving on to Slip 2000 gun degreaser. It's water-based, it's biodegradable, it's non-toxic, and it's non-hazardous. Let's go and just spray it on both and see if it happens to remove any of the paint. with the exposed metal. First up is Gun-Kotes. Nothing at all. Huh. And keep in mind, we threw these against the trees, drug them against the dirt, put my foot on them, rubbed them back and forth. It's a little brown on that one. Cut them with a knife. And so far, just these little results, Gun-Kote is really outperforming Cerakote. Alright, cut. Okay, we're going to be using the Dremel, and these Dremel abrasive buffs is what they're called. This is a little bit softer one. We're going to go ahead and test it out on the Gun-Kotes first, and the clearly marked Cerakotes. I'm pushing pretty hard. You see a little bit of powder coming off on the bottom. Nothing crazy. Let's go ahead and start with Cerakotes. Push this out of the way. Trying to get the same amount of passes. Same thing at the bottom for both. Let's go ahead and wipe them. Oops. Alright. That's actually worn pretty good. That's worn pretty good too. It's not even close compared to this. Once again, we have Gun-Kote on the right. We have Cerakote on the left. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but this is definitely worn a little bit more than Gun-Kotes for sure. Let's move on to a more abrasive one. Okay, so we went ahead and put a more abrasive buff on this Dremel, and we're going to turn both of these mags over and kind of give them a different side to see what we can get at. We're going to start with Gun-Kotes first. Same speed. Taking off quite a lot. We'll start with Cerakote. Before I wipe away, Cerakote definitely took more of a hit on that. It looks like there's a lot more powder from Gun-Kote. I don't know why, because that's actually, we applied this a lot thinner than Cerakote's by their specs. You can see the exposed metal starting to come through on Cerakote's. Down here, right there, and right up here in this area. Kind of opened up that little exposed area a little bit more on that mag. On Gun-Kote's, we have no exposed metal at all. Let's go ahead and continue and try with a little wire wheel and see what we get. Okay, so I put a wire wheel attachment on the Dremel. We're going to go ahead and put it up towards the spine of the mags and see how much gets removed. Let's go ahead and start with Cerakote's marked mag with their FDE. Wow. I'm pushing harder than I was just on Cerakote right now. You can hear it bogging down. Same speed. A lot of exposed metal on Cerakote's. Let's see, it's marked Cerakote. Barely anything, just right on the edge for Gun-Kote's. Clearly not marked. Okay, so what I'm going to do is conduct a heat test against both mags. Here's Cerakote's clearly marked mag. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold them, the soldering iron down for 10 seconds each and see if we get any discoloration or any removal of their coating. Let's go ahead and start with Cerakote's. I'm going to rub it back and forth. Go ahead and start with Gun-Kote's. Fucked up. Oh wow. Oh wow. Alright, we're going to be using acetone to see if it removes any coating between the two mags. So far, Gun-Kote has definitely taken the win so far, but you know, this can all change just on this little test right here. So I'm going to put some on a rag. We'll start with Cerakote's. It's clearly marked. Really no difference. Huh. Okay, I took off a little brown. That was actually white before. Still pushing just as hard. Lift. Huh. You be the judge. Alright, so we're going to do a impact test. We're going to start off with a rubber mallet and then use a ball peen hammer. We'll start off on the Cerakote PMag. It's obviously marked right there. Go ahead and hold it. I'm going to launch back together. Definitely quite a bit of scuffs. New shiny spots. Let's go ahead and do it to Gun-Kote's. Hold on, I don't think that was the right way. This is the right side. Same thing, not nearly as bad. Gun-Kote's definitely got some durability. Let's go ahead and start with the ball peen hammer. Okay, let's go ahead and start on Gun-Kote's. Let's rub both off and see what happens. That was with Slip 2000's gun degreaser. Cerakote on the right, Gun-Kote on the left. Okay, so I mean, Gun-Kote has outperformed Cerakote in every test we have done. We're using the same mags for all these tests. In every test, Gun-Kote has outperformed Cerakote tremendously. Why not finish it off with a file, maybe some more Dremel work, and see what we get. Let's go ahead and start with the Cerakotes again, the marked Cerakote. Alright, I'll start with Gun-Kotes. Ow. If that does not prove to you that Gun-Kote is better than Cerakote, I don't know what will. Look at that. I was pushing harder, moving faster, and it still outperformed Cerakote.